Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 13 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. You can find them linked in the description below. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, we're excited to have you. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. We will go through a quick recap of episode 12, and then we will get into this video. So let's go ahead and bring the UI back up really quick before we get started. Make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Really helps out the visibility on the channel before we get going. So in the last episode, we worked on, well, we finally got our grilled spatterdock going. We also got this whole area planted up with additional spatterdock, which will be great. So I think we have a ton of that in the works. We also planned out our first, I don't know if you want to call it a mega structure, but it is the first kind of unnecessarily ornate thing that we're doing. I mean, I guess this was fairly unnecessarily ornate. And a lot of this is, yeah, some things have been unnecessarily ornate thus far. But this is the first, I would say, big one that I'm really excited for. So that's going to be great. We also finally got our observatories up and running, so we have so much science now that I don't even know what we're going to do with it all. Better late than never, I guess. But anyway, one project that we are working on today, speaking of unnecessarily ornate, is we are going to bury this power line. And it is truly unnecessarily ornate. So let's get that going. So we're going to get just a single row of dynamite right there. We will go into triple speed, and this should get laid pretty quickly just because it is singles. And then we are going to lay a power line, put platforms over it, and then put the path back down. And you're going to see this a lot in this episode, things being disconnected. It's just the nature of what we're doing, and I do think we're going to get a couple more of the smelters up and running. They do take a ton of horsepower though, and we have no power right now. Luckily we have our batteries, so we'll just have to see. This is actually a good first test to see how long these batteries will last and whether they'll provide enough power, especially with this disconnected, which actually provides about 1,000 power, so not bad. But okay, we'll get that in. There was one that we couldn't reach. Kind of wish I saw that before, but I didn't, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and get this power shaft in, and then we will get the platform over the top. And then we will get this path back on. And this is going to be the highest priority. So all of this is going to get done. If I bring this down so I can actually see these power shafts, there we go. And that should get done fairly quickly. At least in theory. And then we can just kind of continue to route the power shaft, which will be perfect. Yeah, this is getting done. Lightning speed. Outstanding. And this is actually getting done a little bit faster than I thought, honestly, which is great. I mean, I think it's gonna look great when it's done because we're gonna have double batteries. They're gonna be going off either side. So that's gonna be awesome. Our dynamite is coming along. So that will mean that we are going to get a fairly significant amount of plantable space up there. But this is kind of our main little project for today. And you know what? We could honestly just start to get rid of a lot of this, because this is not hooked up anymore. So there's really no reason to keep it around. But let's go ahead and get all of that picked up. We should have the storage for it. We have tons of plank storage and tons of log storage. So yeah, that stuff will get picked up. And there we go. All right, so now we just dynamite that last one out. And now we get this power shaft in. Put that on the highest priority. And then we get a platform over the top. And then that, yeah, we actually do need a path for that. Okay. So that will all get built. And now we should see, yep, the power shaft is spinning. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So now this is going to run here, here, and right down here. So this will be the next phase getting put in. And then honestly, we can probably just go ahead and delete all the way back here. And all the way right here as well. And again, we can pick all of this up because those are valuable resources. This is going to be kind of the main spot where we're going to have to kind of be quick about it. Is from the entrance, from this underground pile to this one, this strip right here, because this is what holds the vast majority of our resources, although actually not our logs, which is kind of interesting. But the majority of a lot of other resources anyway. All right, so let's get this done. I just need to wait until there are no beavers in the way. So let's see, let's go down to, there we go. All right, so we're going to detonate that one and that one. There we go. Perfect. And we stranded a beaver, which is kind of to be expected. But we're going to need some corners in here. Like that. And then this will get connected up. This is all going to be highest priority. And then we're going to throw some platforms over the top. And then this also will be highest priority. So there we go. Now we can go into triple speed. And that should get built. Again, fairly quickly. And then we just need to make sure, yeah, so we have a decent amount. It's really planks that I'm concerned with because we have a ton of other log storage kind of dotted around the map. So it's really the planks that are the main concern through here. Yep, and there we go. We basically, yep, everything is connected. You can see that power shaft spinning right there. So we're going to do this strip. And why don't we just, yeah, we'll just go to right there. So let's get that ripped out. Again, 81 planks should be enough to, at minimum, get this connected up. So we'll make sure that that gets connected, and then we'll finish the rest. Because logs are not necessarily a huge concern. At least not right now. But okay. So that's going to get done. While they're working over there, I just kind of want to have a look around, see if there are any strategic areas that could use a decoration. Like right there. That's perfect for a bulletin. Perfect for one. We'll make that a medium-high priority. Then a lot of this, unfortunately, I don't know if we can really decorate that much in here. Can we? Like if I were to go in here and try and put... Yeah, I actually can. So what if we got some platforms in there and then we just got a nice hedgerow right there? That would be nice. Totally unnecessary, but nice nonetheless. And okay, so let's... Oh, this is going to be tricky. Yeah, because we have beavers just coming and going. I think we're going to have to wait until nighttime when all the beavers go away to actually detonate that out. So let's just grab one of these. And then in the middle of the night is probably when we're going to have to do this. So, there we go. I'm going to say that we're good. Yep, there we go. And now we will get power shafts throughout here. Make sure that those are the highest priority. And then platforms through there. Get those connected. And then put that on the highest priority. So that should get built. Again, we should have enough planks, which will be perfect. I am just going to set these back to regular so they can just kind of be excess storage. And then I'm actually going to get rid of them once these are hooked back up because they're no longer going to be necessary. And let's just see. I just want to make sure that this plank gets connected. Yeah. And we're good to go. Okay. So let's empty both of these. Just so that we can delete them and continue to dynamite this away. And actually expand our little grill area. Because that would be nice. Got to expand the grill. And you know what? I'm actually going to do something that's kind of not super necessary. I'm going to actually stagger these for a couple reasons. One, I think it'll look nicer. Two, it gives me more space for decorations. So maybe something like that would be nice. And this is going to store grilled spatterdock, and this stores the raw spatterdock. There we go. And our grilled spatterdock is okay. Maybe one more grill would be useful. But either way, we will get rid of those. I would love it if those resources would get picked up. This one we actually don't have any room for, which is fine. And now we are on the home stretch with the dynamite. So let's get that right here. And then we can finally have this power line buried and hook back up. Oh, we're actually burning through our battery power. It is coming back up. We do have just enough. Actually, we don't have enough. But again, this provides an extra 1,000 horsepower or beaver power. So once we get that in, once we get that hooked back up, that should definitely help with the production. We're done with the metal over here, which is great. So let's just delete those, and then we can actually delete this whole thing like that. I'll just delete that rubble because it's really not super necessary. And then I'm going to set this to empty because we should have enough storage right here. And then we're going to need to start to get a little bit more metal. Why don't we just start that process right now? We'll get 3 scrap metal beavers up here, just gathering all that scrap metal up. Okay, and then overnight tonight, we'll dynamite that out and get the final section built. You know what I just realized? There's no way that they can do this. Interesting. Okay, so we are actually going to need let me see. If I were to do something like this, the thing is I don't know if this is actually going to be cheaper, but it's the way that I'm going to do it. If I were to do something like this and then use bridges, Hmm. Yep. So I think that this is going to work. You know what? No, it's not. Because, again, we're going to run into the same problem. They're not going to be able to... Okay. You know what? We're just gonna brute force this project. We're just gonna build an unnecessary amount of scaffolding. I feel like there should be a better way to do this, but I can't think of one. So, okay. Anyway, that gives them something to work on. In the meantime, but it is the middle of the night. Let's make sure that we dynamite this out before the beavers come back to work. And then, so let's see, we're going to need a vertical there, a turn there, a connection there, connections there. We will make sure to prioritize all of this. Then put the platforms back in. And then get all of this built. So there we go. That will get the power hooked back up, and it will be underground. Which, I don't know if it looks better. I mean, it's definitely cleaner. But it's just so cool that you can do that. Like, for no other reason than the fact that it's just cool. Like, this game is just continues to come out with just awesome changes that just make the game so cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's awesome. I think it's so cool. But okay, did this get done? No, but we are so close. We are so close to getting that power hooked up. And then another thing that we're going to have to do is we are going to have to drop this power underneath all of this as well. But I really... that's going to disconnect our batteries. I'm not going to start that project until we've got this battery structure built, at least to some degree. And that's going to take quite a while just because we're going to have to build all that scaffolding. But anyway, the power is so close to being done. Are we going to get it done overnight? No, we are not. But that's okay. Because there's always tomorrow. There's always more that can be done. Speaking of more that can be done, a little bit of double dynamite right here can definitely be done. And then I would love to somehow dynamite this away, but I think that's going to require some stairs. Which actually could be very easily added. Although I just realized I never reconnected this path. Rats. Okay, so with that being the case, I think we will... Let me see. Is that what we want to do? Go away. Let me think about this actually real quick. Because I would love another grill. And we could throw some stairs in there. Yeah. Why don't we get some dynamite right there? And we'll just connect this back up. So I can get some stairs down, path there, that'll hook up. So we'll be hooked back up right there, which will be nice. And then why don't we get like that row done as well. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to dynamite that out so I can actually put in another of the contamination barriers just to be safe. Just because I saw a little contamination there, and that's not what we want. We don't want too much contamination going on. That's not productive. But okay, things are coming along excellent. We have the power linked back in. That is fantastic. All underground, which is great. And you know what? A lot of this could probably be replaced with... Oh, so here's a question, actually. Can I put a path, like, under this? Oh, I can. That's awesome. That is just a total game changer. So let me see. If I were to put this in here, what would be a way that I could make this work? If I used 4s. Nope. Because I want it to be as symmetrical as I can. What if I used 3s? See, I feel like these are going to be too short. Yeah, see, those are too short. What if I did like 4s there and 3s there? Yeah, that would work. So why don't we do that actually? Well, one thing at a time. Let's dynamite that out and that. We are going to get another contamination barrier right there. And then a platform on top of it with some stairs. And we'll get that hooked up. And then we are going to get some stairs in right here as well. And get that hooked up. And yeah, we'll just get all that done. And what I hope is... Yeah, so we still have contamination. Is it going away? Yeah, it's actually going away. Perfect. So that contamination's going away. Outstanding. And what was I working on? Oh, yeah. I wanted to rip this out. For no other reason than I just want to make things look good. So if I rip all of this out and that, get rid of that, put a single dynamite right there, highest priority. And you know what? We'll pick up all this stuff. And we have a stranded beaver, which is not great, but it's okay. All right. So now, structures. What did we say? 3 and 3. 3 and 3. And then 4s. Like that. Path coming along there. Path coming along here. Should all be connected. And now we just get all of this done. Like so. And that should... I mean, it really doesn't change anything other than just making it look cool. But I mean, we have the resources for it, so might as well. Might as well. And these should get built from the bottom, and then, yeah, this can all get built. Easily, actually. Might as well dynamite some of that out. Not exactly in a rush, but can't hurt. How are we doing over here? Yeah, so we're back to the point where we can only build like one stack at a time, and this is why these projects take so long, is that you can only build one stack at a time. So it will only speed it up marginally, but why don't we get a path down here so that they can build that? Because what that will allow them to do is at least build the bottom two platforms kind of ahead of time, so that will speed it up a little bit. You know, not bad. But all this stuff should get built very quickly. There we go. And I don't really know why I wanted to do that, other than I just think it looks so much cleaner. Like without all of these pillars. You know? Like this is a residential area. People, the beavers pay good money to live here. And you know what? Makes me want to rip this out too. And I'm going to. So let's pause. Let's get rid of that. And that. And that. And that. And you know what? I'm just going to delete all the rubble. Just get rid of it all. And okay. So now we need that, and that, and that. And then is 6 long enough? It's not. It's close though. Close. We can just get that platform back in. But okay. So now if we get all these connected back up. Yeah. So we need a path going there and there and there. And then we actually have a spot here for decoration that I missed. But okay, all of this will get built on the double. And beavers should pick these up just because we do still have the storage. But you know what? We're doing so good on resources that I'm just going to get rid of all those. And we do have a ton of homeless beavers, which is not great. But once those platforms get built, we should be good to go. And I think that that's going to be kind of our new standard. Residential areas get the overhang platforms, which would be perfect. And cool. So we got this little staircase built now, so they should be able to come down here and work on that stuff whenever they don't have massive projects that need to get done very quickly. Such as these. But this is just going to look so much nicer, because like that looks so much nicer. It is a lot of metal blocks though, which we don't have a ton of. How are we doing on power? We are doing pretty good. We could probably actually support maybe another smelter or two. So why don't we get a couple more of those going? We have a fair amount of scrap metal, but we could honestly probably use a little bit more. And we are definitely going to need a mine at some point. So we have a lot of things. A lot of things to work on. And I think I'll put, let's kind of reprioritize here. So we want to finish all of these platforms. That's for sure. And then after that, I think we want to come over here and get the smelters up and running. Work on this just because it's kind of a small project. We can knock that one out. And then these are just kind of our ongoing ridiculous projects. We will get rid of these, and then we can go ahead and get rid of this path, because it's not exactly going anywhere. All right. So hopefully this gets done like right now, which it should. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And then honestly, we have a bunch of unemployed beavers, so I think another hauling post couldn't hurt. And let's see, what's the priority that we gave to these? Yeah, medium, low. So we'll get those going. I do think that we're going to make the science still the lowest priority. With maybe one of them will be a medium, but the science isn't exactly essential. Just because we have so much of it. And I'm sure at some point, maybe I will want more science, but I don't know when that's going to be. Let's just start unlocking stuff. See kind of when we run out of science. Yeah, so some of these might take a lot. Some of those take a lot. The beehive would actually be something that would be really nice to get. As well as the printing press. Could definitely use a couple books. And do we need more paper? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking more paper would be good. So let's get a little bit more paper. And then I'm just going to go ahead and run this power shaft kind of over here. Actually, we don't really need to do that because it can just run this way. But what I think we'll do is we'll do something like this. So these will store paper. That would probably be nice. And then can do something like that. So that'll be a bit more paper. We can store more, we can do books at some point. But let's see. So this needs triple up here and then double right here. Let's see how our power's doing. Oh, yeah. We're doing great because these are rocking. And have we started working on any of this? No. Not super surprising, though. Just because they are all the way down there on the bottom. But we are getting a lot of stuff done. We are getting a ton of stuff done. Our food is great. Our water is still great. We haven't really touched those actually in quite a while, which is interesting. It's actually pretty good. And we do actually have plenty of space to expand our wind farm if need be. It would require quite a bit of dynamiting though to get this cleared out. But that's okay. That is certainly a project that we can tackle at some point. Not necessarily right now. And let's see, how's our spatterdock doing? It's doing okay. What I think we'll do is we'll do another set of the staggered storage. Not super optimal, but not bad either. And why don't we get a couple of these in there? Maybe a couple lanterns. And then we can get another grill. Let's see. You know what? This is actually going to be for grilled chestnuts and raw chestnuts. So that's going to be raw. That's grilled. And I'm just going to kind of put those there because at some point, I'm sure we'll have chestnuts, and I can put the 2 chestnut grills right there. And then what I think we'll do is we'll just add kind of a little bit more excess storage over here. So these can store raw spatterdock and then spatterdock. Perfect. Something like that. Maybe a shrub. Perfect. So that's just a nice little area that's continuing to expand. And see, doesn't this just look so much nicer? It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Yeah, and see, this is what I was talking about. They're just going to come down here and they'll start working on it. They won't get a massive amount done, but it's it'll certainly speed it up a little bit. But that is going to take ages. Ages to get done. But okay, let's do a quick check. So we've got a bunch of vacancies. Actually, 2 full science facilities worth of vacancies. And I think it's because we got this stuff up and running. But one thing that we are going to need to do is, why don't we just start to bring this back? And I know it's just a ton of dynamite that we don't necessarily need to place, especially with this going on and this, but that's okay. See, now you guys know why I use the developer tools. Because it just takes forever. It just takes ages to get things done. And you know, I love my kids. I love my wife. I cannot, no matter how much I love Timberborn, I cannot spend hours letting them build stuff. And if I just left the game running, chances are my son would find the computer and who knows what he would accomplish playing Timberborn unsupervised. I'm sure he would get quite a bit done in the game. I'm sure it would be hilarious, honestly. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. Everything is going really well. If we check our spatterdock numbers, yeah, so I think the single farmhouse is actually more than enough. It's just our storage. And honestly, it probably means that we have too many farmhouses, regular farmhouses as well, but that's okay. Because it looks nice, you know? Like, I remember all the way back in like episode 1 when we built this one. Or is it this one? I don't remember. I just said I remember, but clearly I do not. We can dynamite this away. And then we can just kind of walk this back with a little bit more dynamite. And that will be good. And then we can continue to dynamite this away. Not that it's super important, but, you know, we can do it nonetheless. And then we can start working on this dynamite and then eventually get this little plateau ripped off right here, which we are going to have to do at some point. And I think the way that we'll get up there is just kind of like this. So let's see, we can do something like that, something like that. And then that should allow us to get this dynamite laid. So this is going to be doubles all along here. Like that. Like that. And then I guess we'll just get rid of that. So much dynamite. Did you guys miss my excessive amounts of dynamite? I hope so. It's kind of my calling card in this game. People just know me as the ridiculous amount of dynamite guy. And then we are just going to have to see if we are going to need contamination barriers along here. My guess is maybe, in which case I kind of just want to put them in. So let's see, that can still be reached, and then yeah, you know, why don't we just, there we go. We'll just do this. So let's get that in, and I'll just put the row of contamination barriers in just from the start. Probably not necessary, but might as well. No reason not to, right? No reason not to. Okay, and this is awesome. So they are getting this stuff built at a fairly aggressive pace, which is nice. Which is nice. And you know what we could honestly probably do is throw some stairs to get up here. Fairly low cost project, but it will allow them to keep going on this, at least up one more level. So that will be good. But okay, so let's dynamite this away. And then I'll actually get rid of that. And then we can just go ahead and put in a row of contamination barriers right here. And I'm doing this for no other reason than I just don't like the look of the contaminated ground. Like, there was no reason that I had to do all these contamination barriers other than that simple fact. We'll get a path going back there. Not sure why. Doesn't really hurt either. So let's just see. Where are the... Oh, they're trees. That's right. Chestnut trees. 8 days for 3 chestnuts. And then what do? We just grill them. 1 chestnut turns into 2. So 3 chestnuts turns into 6. That's not bad. But I assume we would need a fairly substantial grove. Maybe that's what we can do over here. Plant a big chestnut area. And get the chestnuts going. That would actually be quite nice. Now that I think about it. Why don't we get this done? Medium high priority. Not super high. What I think should be super high is all that. Maybe not super high, but, you know, high-ish. High-ish. And this set of stairs should be good because it should continue to help them build. And this is going to be really nice when it's done. But anyway, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment. Let me know some of the things you want me to try out in this series as well as others. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on this Timberborn series as well as some of the other ones that I got planned in the future. And if you would consider it, consider supporting the channel on Patreon for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a month. You can help me out, you can help the channel out, and hopefully allow me to make more content that you guys enjoy. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.